Hi guys, it's Realtor Caitlin Tukey Palmer with Wilson Homes at Amherst Madison Real Estate Advisors. Happy Motivation Monday! Last Monday we were up in the mountains for my husband's hunt, and you guys probably saw that he got a giant deer. It was bigger than the one that I got last year, and it got me thinking about my hunt last year, and a story that you guys probably didn't hear and is super embarrassing, and I'm not excited to share it with you guys, but it does have a kind of good meaning behind it once you think about it. So anyway, I drew my tag last year, and I was told that it was just like this phenomenal tag, and there are just giant bucks everywhere where this unit is. And so I was super hyped up about it. We decided that we were going to camp up on the mountain one night, or the first night, and we had a friend that lived in the area, and so we talked to him, and my father-in-law gave him a call. We drove 6 hours to the spot that we were going, and our buddy's like, yeah, you're just gonna drive through this dirt road. And I don't understand how men communicate still to this day. Like, they have this special way of knowing exactly which tree to turn at and which dirt road to go down. It's really like a super impressive skill. But anyway, he's like, yeah, you just have to look for truck-sized potholes in this trail that you're going to go down. And we kind of like laughed it off, like, oh, truck-sized potholes. There has never been a more accurate description for something ever. Like, it was 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I don't know what time. It was dark. And we were literally driving through truck-sized potholes. Like, my father-in-law has a big truck, and the water was coming up to the windshield, over the hood. It was crazy. We thought that we were going to die. But we finally make it. We get the tent out. We pull out the sleeping bags. There are 2 sleeping bags for 3 people. So by the time we wake up in the morning, like, it's already been a crazy start, a rough start. But we start hiking, and we hike all day long. And I swear we might have seen 1 deer. Like, I swear we did not see any deer. So the next day, same thing. Like, we go the whole day. We are like so sore and stinky, and we see, I think, a tiny buck, and then a decent buck, but he's on private property. So day 3 comes. We are in for the toughest hike yet. We climb way down this canyon before the sun even comes up, and we've been like promised that we're gonna see a ton of deer, huge deer here. So we climb down into this into this canyon, and we sit around. We hike back up. We're looking around everywhere. You guys, seriously, not a single deer to be found. And so then we have, I think, like a 3-mile trek out of there. It's crazy. And finally, we see this monster, and I'm like, yes, all of this crazy hard work has paid off. The men I'm with, who have shot some really nice deer in their lifetime, are like geeking out about this. They're like, oh my gosh, this is a huge deer. And so I'm in prone, like perfect position. He's 150, 200 yards away. Super awesome shot. And I've been practicing like the perfect shot, so I know that I have to get my heartbeats kind of going, and I'm trying to get it to calm down, and I've got him in my sights dead on, pretty steady, but I'm like trying to get my breath to where I get the perfect shot. I'm like, these like men are watching me, like, I want one shot, beautiful, perfect. And so I'm just sitting there, and my finger's on the trigger, and I'm not pulling it. And finally, that deer gets tired of waiting around, and he runs off, and I never pulled the trigger. And it was horrible. We chased around the mountaintop trying to find him and could not find him anywhere. He was gone, and I was heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. Now, you guys know we ended up finding like a really nice deer after that. Still spoiled me, still an amazing deer. I love it, but he did not compare to that first one that I simply did not pull the trigger at. And so a couple weeks ago, my friend and actually my business coach put on a business summit, and she threw up a quote that like really rang home for me. It was, we're used to seeing ready, aim, fire, and she had crossed it out and switched it up so it said ready, fire, aim. And she goes on to say that we all the time we sit around preparing to get ready, and we never actually make the steps. We never pull the trigger. We never get things done. You guys, if I would have pulled that trigger, I would have killed the deer. He would be hanging on my wall. It might not have been the perfect shot, or it might have been, but I will never know because I didn't pull the trigger. And so instead of sitting around preparing to get ready, just go for it. Take the leap. Jump off the cliff and you will find your wings on the way down. Ready, fire, aim. Sometimes you just have to pull that trigger and trust in yourself and trust in the advisors that you have around you that you will figure it out on the way down. But if you don't pull the trigger, then you are just flat out missing out. So don't miss out. Whatever's been on your mind, in the back of your head, thoughts that you're having, go for it. Just do it. Go for it. And shoot the really big freaking bucks. Hang them on your wall. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you later. I want to hear some embarrassing stories from you guys, too, that you maybe got life lessons out of. But ultimately, just pull the trigger. Go for it. You always got this. Love you guys.